And Alicia Carr is here today. Villa Rosa Memory Care Community. They are located up in Costa Mesa. Welcome back again.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Well, thank you very much. And first, tell us a little bit about Villa Rosa. It is up in Costa Mesa.
Costa
It's
Mesa.
on Orange Avenue, I should say. I know exactly where that's at.
Yeah, it's right close to the fairgrounds, so that's a good landmark.
Yeah.
And it's in a residential neighborhood, so if you get off the 55, you make a left, go down 2 streets, and it's tucked away in a beautiful little neighborhood.
And what is the difference between Villa Rosa as far as you emphasize, even in your title, memory care community?
Memory care community, that's because we're exclusive to memory care.
Okay.
So if you have any type of dementia, and you know there's 55 different types,
Right.
Alzheimer's being the one people talks about the
Right.
most. If you have any issues like that, memory related issues, that's who we're for. It's not really an assisted living in the way that if you just need care.
Right.
This is like specializing in memory care, and those people tend to wonder. So they sometimes will get out of their house, cause an emergency situation will happen. So they need to be in a secured environment but feel independent.
Yeah.
So we keep them in a secured environment but make them feel like they still have a purpose, they're independent, they're there because they want to be. And our caregivers, we don't say, oh, this is your caregiver because you need assistance. It's not like that at all. It's like, we're here to serve you.
Yeah, very specialized.
That's right. And if they feel like it's their place, then they do so much better.
And speaking of that, you're having an Alzheimer's support group coming up. It's the last Wednesday of every month, and it's
Yes.
6 p.m. And it is located at your facility. I'm going to hold this up here so Ken can focus in on that. And tell us a little about who teaches the support group.
And the lady who teaches the support group is a trained professional who was trained and certified through the Alzheimer's Association.
Okay.
So they take years of what people caring for a loved one has to deal with and kind of find ways to help support them. And it's all different types of people. It's sometimes it's the wife caring for the husband caring for the wife. You have caregivers that are hired, so sometimes they need support. It's all different varieties of people who it's a difficult thing to care for.
It is. Yeah.
So you need support from other people going through the same thing, just to kind of like bounce ideas off of each other. Say, this is what I did before and this didn't work. What do you do? Or do you have this feeling? Like sometimes I feel so guilty and I wonder if I'm doing the right thing by keeping them at home or things like that. So they kind of get to put all that out in the open and have a leader to kind of keep them.
Because often they don't have somebody to talk to. There may be other family members, but sometimes there's not. And in a very delicate way, the person that is having the memory problems may be so much in a fog that to them life is wonderful.
That's right.
They don't know what's really going on, and these support groups are wonderful. Now, what if someone does not have a family member at Villa Rosa? Can they still come?
Oh yes, that's okay, because it's not really Villa Rosa's support group.
Okay.
It's a support group that's facilitated by Villa Rosa, so they use us as a location.
Okay, very good.
And then people say, okay, this is the location, it's a memory care place. And we have some of the family members of residents who live there attend, but we also have a lot of people from the community.
Okay.
Yes, so we try to advertise it everywhere, the hospitals, any kind of adult daycare center, anywhere where you know that there's people suffering and they need someone to talk to.
Right.
So that's the people we're trying to bring in.
Yeah, and they can come there and, as you said, get a lot of information. But you also have information on different resources that they can go to, and just
right.
that community as a whole, of just asking another person, as you said, how do you deal with this? It's very difficult.
Right, and they're not too open to just share that with anybody. They need a place where they could go where everyone's dealing with the same thing, because like I said, that guilty feeling that a lot of them feel, they can't just talk to their aunt about it or their cousin because they can't relate.
Right.
they don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
So to just vent to someone else who knows exactly what they're going through helps so much. And then too, with other resources, you don't know what resources sometimes there
Yeah.
are for you until you're talking to a group who's been through one situation or another
Right.
that's got them that information. But our support group facilitator, she has a whole list of resources.
That's
so
great.
anything that they could need, or, you know, it's just like having a mama.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Having a mama to pat you on the back and say, you know what, we're going to make it through this.
Now, what's the procedure if somebody feels they're at that point with a loved one, with a spouse, that they may need a facility like yours? What would be, obviously the first step is to call you, but do both of them come down there to talk to you, and do you sort of evaluate the situation?
No, I wouldn't really recommend both of them to come, because when people suffer from dementia, they're usually quite a bit paranoid.
Right.
And they don't understand. They can't put it all together like we can.
Right.
So it's best for the person caring for the loved one to come in, find out all the information, tour the community, and then we work together on a good way to transition the person,
Okay.
the resident is what we call them, into our community. So we come up with a plan, an overall plan. Okay, this is what we're going to do. This is what's important to them. We find out what their needs are.
Right.
So that way we can design the tour around what's really important to them. If it's food, then we show off the dining room. Big restaurant style dining room where they have servers come in. If it's outdoor areas, you know, if they like to go on nature walks and they like to be outdoors, we'll go all to our outdoor areas.
Okay.
We'll show them this is where they walk around the neighborhood. If it's stimulating activities, if it's somebody who needs to be busy all the time just because that's when they're at their best,
Yeah.
then we point out all the activities that we do, the
Okay.
stimulating activities.
All right. But the first step is that caregiver, so to speak, that the loved one, to come in there, and from there you ask the appropriate questions.
That's
And
right.
sort of that initial evaluation that that their loved one may be a fit for Villa Rosa.
That's right. And then we kind of work as counselors.
All right, very good. So you can give Alicia a call at 949-515-0121. And again, they're up in Costa Mesa, nice area.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, I know, as I said, I know that area
The
very
climate
well.
just stays perfect.
I used to live not far from there, so
So you know.
yeah, I know where it's at. And she's right, it's right in the middle of a residential area, and it's very serene in that area.
It is.
It's a part of Orange County
But it
that
doesn't-
is on like the edge of being somewhat rural, because there's actually horse property near there and all.
Yes,
It's a very
and
unique
the golf
area.
course, right?
Yeah.
That's the golf course
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, the Santa Ana Golf Course. Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on. It's
Thank
been
you
a
for
pleasure.
having me.
Nice to see you again. So give Villa Rosa a call if you feel that they can help you out. There's a number on the screen. And Alicia, thank you again for coming on.
Thank you.
All right, folks. We'll be right back with a wrap up and give you the weather, tell you about a movie coming up as well.
Villa Rosa is raising the bar in memory care with exceptional service. Residents of Villa Rosa feel they are staying in an upscale environment while maintaining independence. Villa Rosa, where all care is inclusive, where physicians and other professional services are available in-house, where there are beautiful views from every room, where we believe in a loving environment that is incredibly passionate about giving personal touch to you and your loved one. Come take a tour of Villa Rosa, located nearby in beautiful Costa Mesa.